If this is your first time or second time here, I want to take this moment to congratulate you for taking the opportunity to come and join us tonight, because tonight we actually have two individuals who are going to be sharing this amazing opportunity with us today. But the first guest that I do want to bring to the stage, I know that, he's an interior designer. I know he's a husband. But I want him to take this opportunity to kind of tell us more about his story. Tell us, where were you before you were presented with this opportunity, and what actually caught your interest and made you want to participate in this?
Well, thank you, Jamie. Let me start by saying good evening, everyone. And if you're here for the first time, pay close attention, because this opportunity has changed my life. And it has changed the life of many people that I know, especially those who are here. And they have the opportunity to change yours. Like Jamie said, my name is Dan Rojas. I am an interior designer. I grew up in Puerto Rico. Very poor background, a very, poor me mentality. And years ago, I've been listening to a lot of opportunities, while I was growing up. But I was stuck. I was stuck into the traditional way to go to school and doing, the thing that the system told us to do: go to school, get an education, get a job, retire. I call it the 12-4-40, because you work for a long time, to do your thing for 40 years, and then when it comes to the 40 years and you retire, the number right now is 5% of the people that retire are lucky enough to have enough money to survive with that retirement, which is a very low number. And I grew up with that mentality. So when I came across this opportunity, I've heard about it before, but I was in a situation where I was already educated. I had my job as a designer, and I was not reluctant to listen to it, but it was an option for me. It became, just an option, and it's out there, and maybe I'll listen to it. So what I did was I knew about the product, and I used the product years and years ago. I've been using the product for over 10 years, until 2020 hit. 2020 hit, my design job went out the door, and this opportunity no longer became an option to me. It became something that I wanted to do. Because I saw everything that they're saying for years. The times are going to change. The technology and everything is going to take over, and times are changing. And it went from times are changing, so this thing changed, and I lost my job as a designer, and I found myself in a hole. So we talk about 2020 and how things change, and now we're talking about different things coming out, like, the banks collapsing, and we were talking about a big recession coming, and all these things are really scary. And those are the things that has to affect everybody. It affects me mentally, and affect me in my career, and it affect other people that I know in a way where they're started seeing things differently. Your job is not secure anymore. There's no job security, really. Everybody, as we know, is replaceable. And it became the one thing that I say, this is not only an option for me, this is a must. Because I saw the opportunity, I saw the numbers, I saw the success rate, and I'm a numbers person. So it became something that I wanted to do, and it has changed my life tremendously. Today, I am a different person. I have a different mindset. I went from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And that to me means everything, because it means that I can give my family what I didn't have, that I can get my family to start dreaming, where, because of the system trained me, I forgot to dream. We all forget to dream. We all have dreams. We grow up growing to be a basketball player, which it was my thing. Or we grow up to be engineers, doctors, and all that. And these are dreams. And then there's the dreams of having, I want to have a big house. I want to travel the world. Those are the things that we forget, because the other things that's been ingrained in us so much that we tend to forget our dreams. And then, the world happened, and pandemics happen, and recessions happen, and we completely get engulfed in daily life, and we forget to dream. So right now with this opportunity, and it's funny that we talk about that, because about 2 weeks ago I told my wife, you know what is our dream board? We just threw it away. We threw away our dream board. And I'm like, why do we do that? We need to begin to dream again. So we started making a dream board, and we're cutting magazines and clips and pasting stuff, and it's fun. It's fun to dream again. It's fun to know that I not only have hope, but that I have a legacy that my family can take over.
Yeah, that's really something big that you touched right there, because most people don't actually realize, like, they're just a number at their current employment. I recently just lost my job because I couldn't find no one to watch my daughter. So it's stuff like that we don't really pay attention to. With having this opportunity, I mean, most people are looking for that outlet, or looking for that opportunity to be able to, be free, get out of that daily cycle that we're going through. With us being American, we have that mindset, let's live that American dream, but what really is that? So I kind of want to jump to Omar. Omar, tell us a little bit about your story. And then if you can touch and tell us on what the benefits are with this opportunity, what benefits have you been able to take advantage of, and what benefits are available for people who are, dealing with the struggle of this life cycle, of trying to figure out, how can they better themselves?
Absolutely. One of the things I can tell you, if anybody's out here for the first time, you might be kind of like, skeptical. I was that skeptical person as well. So when I met this opportunity, I was really seeking for something to better my finances. When people right now look at the way we're living, the way the cost of living is going extremely high right now, I was at a point where I had my regular job. I work for a transportation company, painting trains. I'm a paint technician. I would clean offices at night, and I was cutting hair at the weekends. So bills were getting paid. We pretty much were trying to make ends meet. And I was the one missing at home. I was the one missing special days and birthdays. When you get trapped into that cycle, it becomes vicious, because, oh, I got the bills paid. Oh, I got, everything is getting paid, and everything you're doing so good, but you're not home. And when I was introduced to this, I was literally I was leaned back with my arms crossed, like I'm listening to Camacho saying. Back then we were in the living room at a house. And I'm like, yeah, let me just hear him out. As he kept on speaking about, the benefits of this opportunity of being able to, double your income, be able to find a way to, grow within the industry that's just right now booming all over the world. When you have just a turnkey system, where you could literally just turn the key. You have a system that works for you instead of you working for it. It becomes different. Then I started going to the edge of the sea. I started kind of bringing my arms down. I started paying attention more, because I figured out a way of being able to make money on leverage on everybody else's effort that doesn't depend on me, where I can gain time. One of the biggest benefits of this industry and this profession is you're able to, make a different type of income, but also gain time. See, the time I was spending cleaning offices and cutting hair and missing out on days with my kids and my family, no money can replace that. There's no money in the world can replace that. So when I saw that, wait, this is gathering, and it's stepping up, it's paying itself, things are paying itself, basically, and now I can spend more time with my family. That's when I started seeing things different. As Dan was saying, sometimes we have big dreams and we start dreaming a little bit more and all that, but most people, at least in my case, I was putting my dreams to a point, to the level of my pocket, my level of my income. I can't dream more because this is the money that we need to pay. So I started paying the bills, I started paying everything. And then throughout this opportunity, I started paying my dreams. I was able to travel with my family. I was able to go on vacations with my family. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a young grandpa, so I was able to take, the whole family back.
Talk about your age, Omar. Shock them with your age. We're the old
So,
people here today.
yeah, we're the older ones. We're the older generation. I'm proud to say I'm a Gen Xer. I'm right now. I just turned 42 in December, so it was like the other day. But I have an incredible, amazing young 6-year-old grandkid who is just amazing. And I found a different purpose in this. I found that, yeah, you can make all the money. You can make a lot of money, which I started because I needed money, like oxygen. But now I treasure, I really enjoy every second with my family. I don't think there's money in the world that can pay that. So you find a different north, you find a different purpose in life. Now I want to do it for the freedom of my family. I want to be able to, I want my wife not to work anymore. Not because she doesn't deserve to, but I want her to, you're set. Just stay home. I got you. I got you covered. Everything is covered. And now we got different goals. Now we aspire a little more. Now I want to be able to clear my debts, retire her, have everything set, leave my kids and my grandson set, so that the day that we're not here, because we all have an expiration date, they know that they have a place to stay, they have something to rely on, and that their future is not at risk. Because right now, look at what's happening. Social Security has become social anxiety,
Yeah.
anti-social, or social insecurity, because nobody feels secure right now. And that's one thing that people need to understand. The government, all these people, nobody's coming to save you. You have to do for yourself, for you and your family. Nobody's going to come down and give you a handout here so you can pass it on to your kids. No, it takes up to us. But as like Dan was saying, it takes a change of mindset. I was completely, being a high school dropout, as I mentioned. I've read more books now in these years in this profession than in all my life in high school and my school years, because I didn't like to read. So I needed personal development. I needed to learn the system and how this really works. And to me, it's just like the most beautiful profession on the planet, where you can work for your freedom from home. But when we started this, people would say, yeah, we have a business from home. But even though when I started this, I was never home, because we were just out and about. And there's nothing wrong about that. We built a nice, beautiful team with the Brazilian team. But now we don't have limits. Now we got this. Now we
Wow.
can contact anybody in the world.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. So let me ask you guys something really quick. Dan, let me ask you. So I have a friend who's from Mexico, right? She didn't go to college. She doesn't speak English. She's a single mom. Do you think she'll be able to qualify for this? What are the requirements in order to be able to participate in this opportunity?
Here's the thing, and you got two perfect opposites here. I want to say, Omar is a high school dropout, like he said. I went to school, but we found ourselves in the same predicament. See, he was working too much, and he was impressive for his family. I was working outside my house. I'll be home on the weekends, and that's it. And I want to say the weekends, I'll get home Friday night, and I'll leave Sunday morning, because I got to fly to another state as a designer to go design some other house for builders. So, that's one thing that you're looking at here. So the other thing is, like, to answer your question, requirements, the one requirement is that you get hungry, that you decide to do it, and that's it. Because this is a low risk business. There's very low investment to do. You can do it from your home, and there's really no limits to what you can do if you're really hungry for success in doing it. So I want to say to anyone that's here, and is thinking that they need any special requirements, there's no special requirements. We are all from different backgrounds. We are all from different countries. And the reality is that if you're hungry for it, this business is for everyone. This company is here to stay, and an amazing company with 25 years of experience, amazing administrative team. The owners are incredible. This company is an American-grown company who owns nothing to no one, who make their own product. We have about 64 patents for our products. And the sky's the limit with this company. I feel like we're just starting now. The company's been around for 25 years, but they said, well, the average thing is, for a company to reach the momentum start, and it's about 20 years once that company starts succeeding. And then to peak, we have about 10 years, which is that where that momentum lasts from 20 to 35 years. If that company is solid, that's, we're right now in the middle of our 25th year, and our company is just getting better. And I don't see this going anywhere. I think that we are in the best time to do this, and we're ready to grow our team and be, the best we can for our newcomers.
Wow, awesome. Awesome. Well, Omar, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people wanting to know what is this company? What benefits do they have, and how can we get started? Everything sounds good. I don't want to be in that cycle no more.
Well, this company is For Life Research, and it is the giant right now in the health and wellness industry, which is a $4.2 trillion industry. So there's opportunity, and there's still room for growth because we haven't done much. But this company holds the patents for the world's biggest discovery in prevention science. It's a molecule that educates our immune system to help us recognize, respond, and remember any potential threats. And it has this way before the word immune system was a household staple, like, 2020 changed everything. But this company was already the immune system company. And they were making products since 1998, 25 years of experience. And this company is super solid to a point where right now, many people are coming back from Colombia. They had a convention over there. So you imagine you have over 25 offices worldwide, companies doing business in over 100 countries, owes nothing to nobody, but has right now what the world is so needing and what they need to have at home. Like, we are right now the ones bringing out the message. We are the messengers, but we're bringing out the message so people can learn about this. As much as it could be 25 years, so many people do not know about this company. These are completely chemical-free, toxic-free supplements they have, all natural, and it's something that's designed for our body that we need, everybody in our household. But what blew my mind is I didn't even know that we can have smart molecules in our body, and that, well, when babies are born, moms, they give us, the breast milk, and that contains some transfer factors. They're transferring immune knowledge into the baby. Now, what this company did is they used that same technology and started taking that molecule, which they found was universal, and now we could actually borrow, like Dave Daughtry says, we could borrow immune knowledge, and we can have it so our immune systems can be a lot smarter. I'm one who's devoted in longevity. I'm passionate about it. I want to be able to enjoy my kids and my grandson. I want to be 70. I want to be chasing my grandson or playing baseball or whatever with him.
So what's your secret?
Are you gonna tell him our secret? Omar, don't tell him our secret. Tell him our secret, Omar.
That secret relies first off in having, a balanced life when it comes to, nutrition and eating well and maybe exercising, but also having a powerful immune system, be able to regenerate ourselves the way we do now with Gold Factor, where you can actually extend your telomeres. Those of you who don't know what telomeres are, they're the end caps of our chromosomes that they determine whether your cells live or die. So you want your cells to live longer, you have to extend those telomeres, those end caps, and we have that technology right now that nobody else out there has in a completely natural form besides the transfer factors. You boost your immune system, you have a super immune system, and now you're able to slow down the aging process. You're slowing the aging clock, and you kind of reverse it a little bit, because when I pick up my grandson at times, this is one of the biggest compliments. Like, hey, here comes your daddy. Oh my God, I guess so. Yeah, that's me. So it's that can't go any better than that. We become a product of the product, but most of all, this company was so smart they took this molecule with transfer factor and they put it in several different, viral products that are going on. Everybody's searching them right now. Weight loss, gut health, anti-aging, collagen is a big one. Weight management, all this, they took that molecule and they put it in all these different supplements so that people are crazily looking for. So you can actually have a diverse way, a better way, and a different way to not just take care of yourself, but in a smart way. Now you don't just go, whatever you were buying at GNC or Walmart, you buy it for yourself from your store, from your virtual store, you share it with others and you get paid. On top of taking care of your health, you get paid, you build a different type of income. You can build a legacy income if you'd like, but everybody has different needs. So maybe somebody's on here tonight. Oh, I just need an extra $50 a month and I'll be good. Maybe 500, maybe 1,000. I want to change a career. You can find it on here. And that's
wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Dan, tell us how can we tell them, how can we guide them to get started?
Well, there's 4 different ways to come on board with our company. But before I say that, I want to say, because Omar just touched in it, and it's, the thing we want to achieve and the thing that we preach, as a company is the balance between having health, money, and time, and not in that order, but time, money, and health. When you have that balance, you're able to have everything, because if you have time and you probably don't have money because you're not working. And if you have money, you don't have time. And that take out in your health. So we can achieve all those 3 with this company. And the different ways to come on board with this company, you can come in as a customer. So if you're simply, looking for a product that is going to help you improve your health, if you're looking for a good product that is to help you to live longer, this is the company for you. This is the opportunity for you. This is your chance to get your hands in those products, and possibly make some money as well, because the company still pays you, a good percentage when you order on your same order when you have over 25 points. You can come in as a distributor. If you like to sell, this is for you. You can be a distributor. You can actually make money, and the company will pay commissions based on your points, your life points, and we can talk about that later. You can come in and participate in some of the trips depending on your volume, or the company have another opportunity, and this is what we all fell in love with, which is the way to make residual income. This is what we all want to do here. We're willing to build a team so that we can each one start to earn some residual income. And the way that explain, we can talk about it later, but just imagine that you get paid for the rest of your life for the one thing you do one time. So we can talk about residual income later. The 4th way, and this is very interesting, and this is something that is very, very up to date, is the company has decided to make a new way for brand ambassadors. So if or someone who have a social media presence and have more than 1,000 followers, this is for them. So bring them in. The company would allow you to participate of that program. You have 1,000 followers, and then with the opportunity of sharing our product, you can make 25% commission. So it's funny because when you talk about 25%, it's in the grand scheme of things, as far as sales go, it's a big percentage, because out there you can get up to 5% for commissions, but our company will pay you 25%. Now, some people might say, hey, 25% of $60 is not much, but if you have, like my sister-in-law, she have 100,000 followers. Imagine that you have 100,000 followers, and she posts one product, and that product, let's just say have 100,000 views. And out of that 100,000 views, 5% of the people decide to buy one product for $60. Now she made 25%. So let's just say that'll be about $15 out of each sale times 5,000. You make the math and tell me if it's worth it or not. But that's how it works. So there's 4 ways, and I think that that is not only unique, because this company has developed this program for many years, different programs. It has worked, and we continue to improve as a company. We continue to find new ways to pay our people. We continue to find new ways to achieve the one thing that we all want to do, and it's financial freedom. The idea to get a group of people to join us is the one thing that we all want to get. But let's just talk about the monthly recruiting income, and this is what I was talking about when I was talking about residual income. So let me just real quick make one little thing in here. Imagine that I hire you to cut my grass. And you cut my grass, and I say, hey, here's $75 for cutting my grass, which is a normal price around here for grass cutting, for one little yard. So 75%, $75 is not too much money, correct? You can't do much with $75. Now, that was for this month. Now, next month, I don't call you, but I send you a check for $75. And then the month after, I do the same thing. And I do that for a year, but you cut my grass in January, and in December, you still getting paid $75. So 75 times 12, that makes what? 300 times 4, that's about $1,200 for cutting my grass one time. Would you do it?
Yeah, definitely. I'll go and cut your grass today.
Exactly. So that's how it does work. We're these numbers that you see here is just numbers. We're starting with 6 because it's a basic number. It's easier for us to explain. But let's just say, for example, you come out in our company, you decide to be a part of the group, and you bring 6 people with you. So we're going to teach you, number one, how to do this with our system, and then you teach you to find 6 people each. So you find your 6 people, and you teach your 6 people to do 6 people. That's 36. So now from 24, which is not a lot of money, we get from being able to buy one ice cream, every month, to basically, pretty much covering, in Florida, half of rent. But many places, that's a month worth of rent. In other parts of the world, for some people, can retire with $1,000. And, we teach you how to multiply and do the duplication. And when we go 216 people, so now your team is growing. Now we're talking about real money with $3,670 plus, the 1,080 plus the 24 plus the bonuses we haven't talked about. You're almost at $8,000 a month for the one thing that you did one time. Wow. And this is infinite. We can go up to, make $20,000 a month to as far as you want to take it. And this is what really I like about this not this company, but this opportunity. It allows you to adjust your dreams to it. You can make it as big as you want. You can make it as little as you want. If you, like Elmer said, if you want an extra $50, you can have it. If you want an extra $500, you can have it. We have people today actually in this chat, which are making way over this number at the end, because they had decided to do it seriously. So it's a matter of adjusting, this to your dreams, and whoever decides to come on board, we can sit down and make numbers and see where you're at. And that's how we operate.
Wow, that's amazing. So basically you guys hold on to, whoever you're signing up, you guys hold their hand, you guys teach them, show them, guide them how to do this, all for just them taking care of their immune system, trying to better their health. And on top of that, they get paid for while they're learning.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And then we have people like Omar here, we have people like Omar here, which is he's very knowledgeable. He's willing to teach people. And that's what I love about you, Omar. You're always willing to serve. You're always willing to add value to people. And that's what it's all about, adding value to people, making sure that we leave people better than they were when they came in. So I love about that. I love that about you. And I think that you are amazing, knowledgeable, great guy, and just take the floor, man.
Wow, thank you for those words, man. Oh my God, I'm just about to look back and see if there's anybody behind me. Thank you for that. I am a product of the system. The culture in our team has taught me to deny myself so I can serve for others. I've learned throughout this that the more you serve for others, the more blessed you get. People call it luck. I like to be blessed. And the system has taught me just that we're here so we can make other people's lives better, easier, and happier, right? So I learned from all of you. I learned from most of you, believe it or not, even a person who comes in new, I learned, because that's the mentality of someone who really wants to make an impact, is what can I learn from everybody who comes around so I can teach others as well and learn from them. And it's a cycle. We learn and teach, and that's something I've learned. One of the things that blew my mind when I saw this, besides the money that I want to so continue making and can make it big, is our leaders, Joelle and Jennifer. Like, they've traveled to places where like only like big multimillionaires could be able to go. Like last year they went to Bora Bora and stuff like that. When I saw Jose Camacho a few years ago go with his whole family on a Disney cruise, I'm like, this is the lifestyle I want to live. And what blew my mind is the company pays for those incentive trips. Like, they don't even have to come out of your pocket. Oh, you got to save up for like a year or some change or something like that to be able to go out with your family. No, the company pays for that. And building a different type of income where once you start, you got to work like everything. You got to work at the beginning. You're going to work a lot, but there's a time where I look at Dave, an 8-figure earner. He works because he's passionate in serving others. He can literally take off a whole year and come back and his money's still there growing because he grew a world, wide team. People know people, you connect people. Now through social media, it's really not so hard. And using all these tools that we have in our favor, the company even puts it more simple. We got an app, but we also have a system. We got a group. We got a Facebook group. We teach people the basics. We teach them if they want to go a little more advanced. We teach them as well. We learn from everybody on here. You're going to be training on next week one of the most powerful skills as an entrepreneur. Having that magnetic. Right? How you gonna that law of attraction. We're going to talk about that later, but in here, this is what I love about the culture. One thing I fell in love with is everybody is so giving. Everybody is one. There's no jealousy. There's no like envy. There's just, if you go and you're reaching up, you're thriving, I'm happy for you, whether we belong to the same line or team or not. And that, when you look at corporate America, where you're like crabs in a bucket, people are like stepping you down to try to get up. It's a whole different world. So the culture in this company, the culture in our team made me realize like, wow, I don't need to have a title to be impressive. I don't need to be, so-and-so or have just a completely high rank to be somebody accepted, loved, and appreciated in our team. Like I was mentioning before, you can make $50, you can make 500 or 5,000 or 500,000. Everybody is equal in here. And to me, that tops anything, because when you look at it, first off, when they were talking to me about business, high school dropout, you talk about business. I knew about business back in the day on the streets. That's all the business I knew, and that wasn't right. It wasn't a good business. So, but when you see that, no, in here, you're gonna learn just like the ones on top. So nobody has that. No, I have to take this knowledge and just for me. No. So when I see that, the power of this profession is the power of duplication. So I duplicated that knowledge and I duplicated into others so I could serve into others. Because guess what? Like I mentioned, we all have an expiration date. The day I'm no longer here, how do I want to be remembered?
That's right. That's powerful, man. That's very powerful. And the one thing, Omar, is the community thing. Because I've never met you personally, and I feel like you're my brother. Same thing with Elias. I met Elias once, but it felt like I've known him forever because, something happened. There's a sense of community with our team that is like, to me, it's like second to none. I've been in huge companies, um, and I'm right now I work with probably one of the biggest hardware companies, which is Home Depot, and it's even there you get lost, because you work with the same people every day. You go there, but there's no community. There's no sense of community, and in here, I've known you for a long time, for a short time, but I feel like I've known you forever. We connected, and it felt like we were like, you know,
Friends forever.
probably grew up together.
Yeah.
And I the same thing with a lot of the people here in this chat. There's a sense of community. I always say we all come in for the money, because we hear something like this, we all come in for the money, and we end up with family.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, I got a point. I got to mention on that, because one thing, yes, you were missed at Salt Lake City, but we felt you were there. And when I saw Jamie over there at convention, I'm like, wow, like I felt like I knew her already. And we
Yeah.
had just met for the first time. And that's the power of this community, the power of the team. And the culture, it goes beyond anything. And to be honest, every huge businesses and big corps, they die or they thrive on culture. That's king.
Right.
Yeah. But I have to agree. This, our community that we have here going on, it's amazing. We're like family. I mean, we can depend on each other. We'll reach out to anybody on here for help, and everyone's just willing to help each other. And that's definitely a beautiful thing about our team, which I love, guys. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for sharing your story, your benefits that you've got out of this amazing opportunity. If you guys have any questions, whoever is new here, feel free to contact the person that invited you for more information. Reach out to us if you want. We have the WhatsApp group going on. If you have any questions, feel free to do that. Next week's training, we have Dan Rojas and Kevin Moore. This is for the theme of law of attraction. And on Wednesday, we have Omar, you're back. Omar and Elias and Kulwinder next week for the business opportunity. So keep in touch, and we will be sending out the flyers and the link for next week, guys. Thank you so much.
Big shout out to our leaders, Jennifer and Joel. They're amazing. So Jennifer, I know you're listening. Thank you for everything you do. And Joel, it's amazing the things that you were able to do when you put your mind into it, and when you put this team together, and we all talk about this. It's amazing where we at. So thank you for your dedication, Jennifer and Joel, and thank you for what you guys do.
Amen, amen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jamie.